So let's get to the matter in hand, shall we? It is now upon us. The military are filling in left, right and centre. I'm sorry, but I think if anyone deserves a Christmas, surely it's our brave military heroes.
Well, there's two parts to that. There's something like 6,500 military deployed overseas at the moment. And Rishi Sunak visited some of them in Estonia last week. So there are defence outputs which continue all the time. The second one, in terms of the military aid to the civil authorities, is that although it might not be deemed to be fair by certain senior military leaders, and they were sort of slapped in their box by Rees-Mogg, it is a matter of stated policy and commitment. So if the government tells you to do something, you crack on and do it. And of course, the military, as we saw yesterday on day one at the border force, have this will do, can do attitude and are adaptable to these situations, which is why it seemed to go so well yesterday. The real thing for the military is, will this really affect morale? And you will see people potentially signing off in the future. To an extent, that was ameliorated yesterday by the Defence Secretary saying that they're going to get a £20 a day net bonus for every day that they've either been training or are committed to these operations, either at the airports or in the ambulances over the Christmas period.
I was with some British soldiers last week, and they were talking about some of them being on as little as £22,000 a year, but they're not allowed to strike as they're obviously serving soldiers in the British Army. How do you think some of them feel going to stand in for people who are on salaries sometimes double theirs?
Well, the use of that sort of comparator of pay is, of course, at the lowest level. That is a sort of private soldier, but a lance corporal, for example, would be on 27.3k. So, the army and the armed forces are a hierarchy. So, for example, a sergeant, there'll be lots of them out there on 35.8k. So, as I said, if people are disgruntled by this, they always say in the armed forces that you're only 7 clicks away from resigning. Get on your computer and you just leave in the required time if you don't like the commitments that the army give you. But of course, when you sign up to the armed forces, you give up some rights and responsibilities. And it's our job ultimately to serve the duly elected government of the day of whatever hue and to be apolitical.